and welcome to my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series. In this tutorial we're gonna make that achievement unlock notification system. So whenever your player do certain things and if it's an achievement, then your notification should pop up that says yeah, this achievement is unlocked. We're gonna keep track of those achievements which are unlocked because it's a good thing to keeping track of all the achievements. Also, we're gonna add an XP after achieving something, so we're gonna need that XP component. If you don't want to do that XP part, that's okay, we're gonna do that. So let me show you a quick look. So if I hit 2, something should pop up above the top. It stays for 3 seconds and then it's gone. So it is popping up and it is gone. So let's say I have a voter and I have a scope. So in here, if I combine these two items, a widget should pop up that says yeah, we have made a combination. So we have unlocked an achievement, and after that it's gone. But we already have get those achievements, so we don't want to get this achievement again. So if I now again combine this, we won't get any achievement because yeah, it's already achieved. So this is what we're gonna make. So I'm just closing out this project and yep. So this is my skill tree which I using with the XP component. You can see that skill tree, and this is my inventory system. So you can see that toggling inventory. So what I want to do, I want to migrate that skill tree component in the inventory because I need that XP component, and I think it's a good thing to migrate all the components. So what I'm gonna do, you can see in the tutorial folder we have made a skill tree component and the XP component. So I'm simply gonna migrate this tutorial folder to my new project, so I don't have to code this all again. So I'm just gonna right click on the tutorial and I'm gonna simply click on this migrate. So it is asking me which things you want to migrate. So I want to migrate the whole the tutorial folder. So simply click on this and hit OK. Now it is asking me where do I want to migrate. So I want to migrate it to my inventory system, where my inventory system is in the content folder. So I want to migrate it here. So I'm just gonna select this content folder of my project. As now it is saying that some of the variables, some of the functions are already present because we are using the third person in here and third person in the inventory also. So we don't want to do that for both. So I'm just gonna say no to all because I don't want to overwrite it. So it will just simply say yeah, we have migrated this thing. So I'm just closing down, and in the inventory system you can see a new folder is made called tutorial, and inside here we have all the components. But if you open the migrated one, you can see it says it's error, it is not compiled. The reason is because our third person inventory's third person character doesn't have those two components. So I'm just gonna open up my character and add a component. Just same way we have added inventory, I am same way added the XP component, and same way I will add the skill tree component. So yep, and I'm simply gonna compile that. So if I now hit here compile, it will gonna compile. If you are using two different variables, let's say this character and the migrated character are those two different characters, then what you have to do, you have to change the variables in here. So yep, so you can see on the not in here level up, yep, on the level up we are casting it. So you have to cast it to some different the character which you are using. So this is it. Also for the skill tree component, let's do the same thing. So yes, it is done, but in the UI let's hit compile. For the slots, hit compile. Yep. So We have successfully migrated our project. Now what? Let's just toggling out our same way we are toggling the inventory. We gonna same way toggle our skill tree. So I'm just gonna grab a skill tree component. I'm gonna toggle the widget, the function toggling we have made, and by clicking 1, by pressing 1, I'm gonna toggle the skill tree. I'm just simply minimize it. If I hit tab, our inventory is toggling on and off. If I hit 1, the skill tree is toggling on, but now the input is on UI and 1 is not working because the turning of skill tree is for the tab button. So I'm just simply gonna change the button of our skill tree to something, yep, this one, where it was in the on key down. Rather than using tab, I'm just gonna use E for toggling off. So close that up. So for 1, I'm toggling skills, and I'm for inventory the tab button. It's best way to do with the widget switcher, but it's for showing purpose. This is why I have used the 2 buttons. So yep, now what? Let's create a achievement unlocked function. So I find the best way to do that is on the XP component. The reason why I am using this XP component is because let's say whenever your player gets an achievement, he should add some XP to the XP bar. So this is why I am using this XP component. So what I will do, I will simply gonna create a function called get achievement, and this achievement has a input. So let's make an enumeration first. So I'm just gonna right click on the content browser, and on the blueprints enumeration, I'm gonna call it e underscore achievements. So let's say whatever the achievements your player can get, it's applied here. So let's say stay always, always get. So we're gonna always get this achievement no matter it's achieved or not. So we always gonna, let's another hub master. So this achievement only get if your player create a hub for the first time, and you can add as many achievements you want. So on the achievement, I'm simply gonna add an input. I'm gonna call it the achievement. Yep, spelling is right. And the type is enumeration we have just made, e underscore achievements. Yep, it compile and save. And I want to make a widget so that our players can achieve or not. But before that, I want to make functions to keep track of our achievement. So get achievement status, and a set achievement. So what these 2 functions do, we're gonna first check if the achievement is unlocked or not. So it's already achieved or not. If already is achieved, then we're gonna set this achievement. If it's already not achieved, then we're gonna set this achievement to true. But if it's already achieved, then we don't want to achieve it for second time, so we won't gonna do anything. So in the get achievement status part, what I want to do, I need an input. Yep, this one. The type is the enumeration. I'm gonna call it achievement. There are so many achievement words, but okay. And I'm just gonna return a node, and this would be a boolean of achieved. So yep, we're gonna set the status of this, and we're gonna set if it's achieved or not. So I'm just gonna hit a select, and the wildcard should go to here, so you can see all the get. So for the hub master, I want to create a variable called hub master. By default, this should be true, and let's categorize it to achievements, so make it clean. Yep. And I'm just simply gonna attach it to here. By default, I'll always get should be false. The reason why I'm setting this to false is because if you want an achievement to spawn every single time you do something, then you can do this, otherwise not. It's up to you. So yeah, this is it. In the set achievement, I need an input. A type would be the e underscore achievement, and yes, name an input. So what I want to do, I simply want to select, not a select, we want to switch. And what I want to do, if the achievement is based on this, I want to set the boolean to true. So for the hub master, I want to set this boolean to true. You know, the always get gonna always present, so this is why I am not setting anything to this. And also we on the state we are also setting it to false, the always get. Now for the get achievement part, what I want to do, first I want to get the status. This would be go to here. So first I want to check if it's achieved or not. Based on that achievement, if it's achieved, then I don't want to spawn that widget of yeah, we have get the achievement unlocked. But if it's not achieved, then what I want to do, first I want to set the achievement to true. Then, and the achievement, this should be this achievement. Just double click to add a reroute node so it looks more clean. Pardon. And then after, I want to create a widget, a popping up widget to make that notification of yeah, we have got the achievement. So for that, I'm just gonna right click user interface and I'm gonna create a widget in Blueprint. I'm gonna call it a achievement UI. So in the achievement UI, what we need a border. Yep, in the canvas panel we need a border. Let's set it out the anchors to top, this one, position to 0,0, and we're gonna make the horizontal axis alignment to 0.5 so it looks centered, and size to content, so the border size would be the content size of the border. And yep, everything is done, I guess. Let's center, align horizontal and vertical for the content, and brush color would be some alpha of this guy, 0.4 of the gray shade. Now what I need in here, we need a horizontal box to align all the things horizontally, left to right. So a horizontal box, pardon, it should be child of this border, and this horizontal box should have one text. This text is representing how many XP we get. So let's say by default we get 50 XP, and a vertical box, something like this. It is child of horizontal box, and the vertical box has two text. First is the achievement unlocked message text, and second one is your achievement name text. So I'm gonna name it to achievement name, and this I'm gonna name it to XP get. So it looks something like this, but I think it's not centering, so I'm just gonna simply center out these two things. So click on this and I'm just gonna simply centering it out, and the text would size should be large enough. 40 would be fine. Yeah, 40 would be fine. This text should be the achievement unlocked text, so achievement unlocked, you can call it whatever you want. This is just for showing purpose. And the second text should be your name, achievement name. and the text should be 35. 35 is okay for me. So this is look something like this. I think the 50 is so much aligned with this right one, so I'm simply gonna add some padding for left one to, let's say, 20 and the right one to 20, so it spaces out 20 from the both of the sides, right? And the position of this border should be 30 would be fine. Yep. So the position of border should be in here, so it will gonna pop up in here and it will gonna say the achievement name and whatever we get. So for that we need two variables. First is achievement name underscore t for text. I'm gonna just simply expose in on spawn by instant editable and exposed on spawn ticking around. Type should be a text type. I'm simply gonna control W to duplicate that, and this name should be XP underscore t. So how many XP our player can get. Both are the exposed on spawn and instance editable, and I'm simply gonna bind it with this guy. So you can see the XP T for text. For the name, this guy, achievement name. So we have done this thing. Let's do this. So after on the XP component, after setting the achievement to true, what I want to do, I want to create a widget. The widget class should be your achievement UI class. So you can see we have exposed on spawn, so you can see this two little pin. The name should be your this achievement enumeration text, so I'm just gonna call it to string, enum to string and string to text. So we are doing two conversion, first enumeration to string and then in string to text. Second one is how much XP our player can get, so it is based on this achievement. So let's make another input. I am gonna call it XP got, not got, and this should be type of a float. So how much XP get by getting an achievement. So first I'm gonna round off. So I'm just gonna round off to the integer value, because let's say we got 50 XP and 50.0 is not something you want to show in your UI. So I'm just gonna round it up and I'm just gonna set it in the XP bar. So yep, we are set it up the XP widget. I'm simply gonna add to viewport. Okay, so we have added the viewport. After that we actually want to add those XP to our XP component. So I'm just gonna add the XP because we have made this XP function, add XP function, right? And how much XP I want to add. So I want to add the XP got the so where this XP got we get, so it is the input of this XP got. So this is the same as here, so you can connect it to here, but I think it looks messy, so I'm just gonna get those from here. So yeah, we have done this thing. So let's check it out. So for that I'm simply gonna open up my player, and if I press 2, then I want to get that achievement. So I'm just simply gonna get that XP component and get achievement. Yep, this get achievement, and always get, and I want to get the achievement of, let's say, 100. So let's check out. So if I hit 2, you can see a widget is popping up of saying, yeah, achievement unlocked. But what? you can just call it out this event of get achievement, and it will gonna set it out for which achievement. Let's say for hub master we want to set, so you can set the enumeration. So you can see we got the hub master, simple. But the hub master is get only once. So if I hit play, if I hit 2, the hub master is get. If I hit 2 again, nothing is happening because the hub master is only be achieved only once, but the always get can be achieved how many times you want. If you don't want this, you can simply just delete this always get. If I hit 2, we have get always get. If I hit 2 again, you can see this little darker because that achievement added second time. Now what? We need something animation. So let's create an animation. So you can see this in the bottom side the panel, this called animation. I'm just simply gonna click on this animation. I'm gonna call it arrive. It compiles. You can see this compiler results and a timeline. So if you click on this timeline, you can see we have a timeline. So to access the timeline, we have to select an animation. So I'm just gonna select this arrive animation. So let's say by default this position should be minus 150. So whenever you're creating start, your position should be minus 150. So setting this minus 150 and click on this keyframe icon. So you can see one keyframe this added, and let's say after 0.5 seconds, let's say after 0.5 seconds, your position should be 30. So setting out the 30 by grabbing this, and after that make sure you click on this keyframe to add a keyframe. Let's check it out how it's gonna look. So you can see a little animation. So what we're gonna do in here, whenever you're we don't need this to guy, delete it. On your event construct, whenever your widget is built, we want to play animation. The animation should be your arrive animation. This should be playing up forward. Then we want to delay for 3 seconds, so it will gonna set it to 3 seconds in our screen. Then again we want to play that animation but in the reverse order, so screen to upwards. So play animation, but this time in the play mode is on the reverse. So yep, after that get the last, not the get the end time of the animation, and we want to delay for this time. And after that, when the animation is complete, I'm simply gonna remove from parent. So let's check it out. If I hit 2, achievement unlocked is added. It's staying up for 3 seconds, then it is going up back. Same, it is added, staying up for 3 seconds and got back. Now what? Let's add an achievement for combining this to water and scope. So how are you gonna do that? So you can see in the items we have a master object. So we have the inspect and the use item. So in the master object, I'm simply gonna create another function. I'm gonna call it combine benefits. Hit compile. So whenever the item is combined, I want to call this function combine benefits, and it will gonna do certain things. So let's say if our hub is made, so open your hub and I'm simply gonna override to combine benefits this one. So you can see it added like an event. If you override a function called use item, it added like a function called f, but this is added like an event. So why this is happening? The reason is because our combined benefits don't have any return value, so it is returning nothing. It is not returning anything, but your use item is returning a boolean. You can see this is why it is added like a function, and the combining item is added. Where was this one? Added like an event. So what I want to do on the hub part, if the hub is combined, I simply want to cast to my third person player character and get the player character. From that player character, I'm simply gonna get that XP component, and now we can access all the XP component functions. So get achievement, this function. Achievement I want to get is the hub master, and for making a hub, let's say I need 500 XP. So yep, we're gonna get 500 XP if we combine our hub, but it will gonna happen for the first time because we have set a boolean to true for the hub master. Close this up. Now the combined benefits I want to call. So where I want to call? So in your inventory, in the inventory slot, on the mouse button down. Yep. So you can see the on mouse button down, we have a mixing. So mixing, what is gonna do? It will gonna combine all the things. So you can see on the first we are removing the items which are used to combine the item, and then we are adding the combined item in our inventory. So yeah, we are successfully added or not. So we are checking if it's added successfully or not. If it's added successfully true, then we're gonna call that combined benefits function, the combined benefits function. So from that, and before destroying, I'm gonna call that, because if you call that after destroying, then you might face a problem of pending kill. So it's good to do it on before destroying. So let's check it out. So hit play. This is our 2 water and 2 scopes. If I hit combine and combine it here, a hub master should pop up, but it is not going up back. The reason why is our game is paused, and it's not paused by setting the game paused boolean is true. It actually paused by setting the game dilation to 0. This is why the delays are not working. So what I want to do, in the achievement UI, you can see a notification is popping up from top to bottom, but it is not going up to back. So if you are setting a game pause by set game paused like true, if you are pausing a game like that, then your delays will work. But if you set global time dilation to 0, if you pause a game like that, then this delays won't work because it's also paused. So what I want to do, I simply want to delete these 2 nodes. Yep, and attach this delay in here. And let's say we are gonna play an animation, and after some delay, after the end time of the animation, we're gonna remove it from parent. So let's make a animation that's from top to bottom, then stays in here for a seconds, then go upwards. So it is saying from top to bottom. Now let's say for 0.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds, it will gonna stay in here. So simply go to your border, and I'm simply gonna set the position to 30 for 0.5 to 2.5, and from the 2.5 to 3 second, I'm simply gonna set the position to -150, and I'm simply gonna add a keyframe. So it will pop up something like this. Then it will in here it will simply stays where it was for the 2 seconds, and then it will go back. But you can see in the 0.5 to 2.5 second it is moving. We don't need it. It's because this keyframe, the left one, is curved. We need a constant. So from this to the left keyframe, we're gonna simply right click on this, the keyframe, and set it to constant. So from the this one to this the next one, the animation should be constant, so it will popping something like this, then it here and then so it compiles. So let's check out. If you hit 2, achievement is unlocked popping up and it is gone. 4 here. So let's combine this. Yep, achievement is popping up and it is gone. So this is working now. So thank you so much guys for watching and bye bye.